Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am super excited to be back with a video hop today. And so a bunch of the members from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club have teamed up with Becky Fleck over at Page Maps this month. And so each of the members was sent one of the June sketches that is being released for Page Maps. And so we all had an opportunity to create with one of these sketches. And so we are all kind of sharing our layouts and videos with you today. And so I decided that I wanted to stay kind of true to the basic format of the sketch itself. And so the sketch that I was given to work with has these two 3x4 photos and then a spot for journaling that are all kind of lined up around the middle element of the layout. And so I decided to play with the Imagine That Boy collection, and this is from Echo Park. And so I have taken this kind of herringbone paper and I'm using that as my center element, just like in the sketch. And I've put it on this kind of dark navy background paper, and that is also part of that Imagine That collection. So it's not cardstock weight, it's more like pattern paper weight. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this 6x6 pattern paper pad that comes with this particular collection, and I'm using my circle punch from Fiskars to cut a bunch of circles in all different patterns. So I just kind of flipped through there and I picked a whole bunch of different ones. And so just like in the sketch, there are the elements of circles in the top left and bottom right corners, as well as the same kind of patterns carrying over onto the top of this journaling card. And so what I'm quickly realizing is that the circles are too big for the journaling card, but also that I wanted it to look a little bit different. So what I decided to do instead is I went ahead and took 3 of the shapes and lined up circles, and then I punched the 4th one as a hexagon. So that plaid paper in each of those elements along the top and bottom edge is a hexagon. And then I also took a mini hexagon punch and punched out 3 hexagons to put on my journaling block. So rather than using circles, I'm going to use hexagons there. And then I have this large orange circle, just like in the sketch, that's going to go behind my photos. And so I've backed all of my photos with a really thin border of white cardstock. And then I'm going to take this Imagine That alphabet, and I want to spell out the phrase Alpine speed. And so I'm just making sure that I've kind of varied the letters and the colors and that type of thing throughout all of my words. And I'm going to have the words go around the edge of this photo. So Alpine is going to go horizontally and then speed is going to go vertically. And I really like how that looks. Like, I like that it creates a little bit of a different title element. And it kind of stops you on the page so that you go backwards and look at the photos and look at the journaling. So it provides a definite end point. So then I'm just flipping through the different ephemera that comes with this particular kit as well. And I pretty closely stayed to just this particular collection for this layout. And that is not always how I scrapbook. But I was really looking forward to playing with this particular collection. I think it has some really, really great colors and definitely something super fun to play with. And so I've gone ahead and added a couple of tags around my photos. And then I have this little die cut that says Zoom and has a race car, which goes perfectly. So the 2 photos that I'm using are photos of my older son, and we are in Vail, Colorado. This was last summer on one of our vacations. And we went to the adventure park that they have there, and they have this huge Alpine slide. And my kids just fell in love. Like, this was the coolest thing Mom had ever done. It was so funny to watch them. So they would ride down this Alpine slide, and then it would bring them back up to the top, and they would immediately, like, dash out of line, cannot possibly wait another minute to ride it all over again. And this happened, like, over and over and over. So I swear they probably rode the ride at least 20 times. And there was tons of other stuff to do there as well, and they did make time to do some of the other activities, but this particular ride was definitely the highlight. And it was super fun. My husband and I both went, and it was really fast, and it was super, super fun. So I totally understand why they got caught up in wanting to ride just this particular one. So then I'm going to go ahead and think about adding some enamel dots inside the O's in those 2 tags, and I quickly decide that that is not what I'm going for. And so instead they're going to go into the embellishment clusters. So I have one cluster that's happening up here kind of in between my title element. And then I have another one that's happening over there with those hexagons on my journaling box. And I find this little piece on the chipboard sheet, and it is just absolutely perfect to finish off that orange circle so that I don't have tons of open space, but I have enough that everything is grounded. And so now you see me, I have grabbed my hole piercer and I'm going to add some stitching. So I just added a few X's to the orange circle as well as to a couple of the circles in that top and bottom border. And that adds a really neat texture and kind of adds to the adventure feel of this layout. So here's another glimpse at that sketch that I used. Definitely click down below to all the links and check out everybody's layouts that they created using their Secret Not Secret Kit Club kits along with the page map sketches. And I'll see you soon. Bye!